Welcome to another episode of the Totally Content podcast. I'm your host, Matt Eaton, and together with Elisabeth Knulst, we'll be talking to Christine Le Couilliard from Henry Stewart Events. If you remember in our last episode, we spoke to Christine shortly before the Damn Europe conference, and we wanted to take a bit of time to speak to her again now that that very successful event has happened, just to get her thoughts, and we could discuss some of the themes and content that were shown at the event. So, hello, Christine.
Hello, Matt. Hello, Elisabeth.
This year, London, it was really, really good, Christine. I don't know. I mean, I've been to a whole bunch of these events, and somehow this year felt different. I don't know why, but it was, as you described in the beginning and in the previous podcast, it was like meeting up with family again. There's so many people that you know, but also the mindset was there. I think it was great how everything, yes, lots of AI talk, but in general, the real consensus was it's all about humans.
I agree. One of the key things about this event is collaboration between everybody.
Yes.
And I've never known a sector quite like it, to share, to want to talk about their product, where they're going in a direction. They're happy to share that, collaborate, work. It's just a lovely community for doing just that. And whether you are there, whatever hat you wear, you gain something out of what you hear, whether you're the end user, the solution provider, the consultant to help those two sectors, or you are another end user talking to another end user. Whatever sector you're from, the collaboration is great. Somebody from the glam sector can learn so much from what a CPG are doing, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And it never ceases to amaze me how you all love to chat about what you're doing.
I think the biggest thing in that collaboration is admitting that you've made mistakes, so you can actually learn from the mistakes. I think I don't know, but it's not about the wow and look at me being successful. It's really about the journey. And we often talk about the damn psychology, just you need therapy if you're into damn, because there's so much going on, and there is really a supportive community, and it's okay to just sorry, I have no idea how to start, or I don't know where to go next. I think that's awesome. Yeah.
I really liked Steph Gillott's from MyTV's talk about her damn journey, and I think it showed that kind of vulnerability, but it's a really authentic story, and it was through a number. We're not there yet, but here's where we're going. We're about here at the moment, about halfway, but we've tried this and that didn't work. We've tried something else, and then this worked, and so and that was really informative. I thought that session
and you know
was really
what,
good.
Matt, I think so many people will be able to learn from that story. I think it was great having her as the second presentation as the keynote slot. Because she was really passionate about wanting to share that, and so many people will have been thinking, crikey, that's exactly where we are in this, or a similar route, or have gone there and can sit back and go, we know where they're going to go next with this. Half the battle is getting those stories out there to share, and I think when bringing folks together for Damn Europe or Damn New York or whatever it happens to be, really it is the biggest job I have to do, is to bring these people together in the agenda to share and be happy to share, and most people are. But
we had like on track 2, day 1, we had Royal Armoury, HSBC, Paul Jackson with BMC, and then we also had Twinings, and these were all from customers' perspective. People who've been in the industry for decades, with loads of experience, but from that side, that brand side, or from that corporate side, because all these stories kind of interconnected, different, But same, it's just fantastic how everybody also discusses the change management that is involved. It's not so much about the tech anymore, because the tech will work. It's much more about empathy, as it was called, and also working together with people and making that change, because it's hard to change. And I thought that was just amazing how it's somehow, as the more technology we throw at it, the more people focused it become, because people are looking at each other like, okay, gonna need some help here. And yeah, I thought it was amazing.
And in fact, Matt, yours and Francisco's great example there of how you've woven AI into the Hogarth journey is all about that people driving the rhetoric and driving it, and the tech is helping the people get the job done.
It's so important, and I thankfully I heard similar kind of stories from other speakers, so hopefully I'm not completely out there in my sort of way of thinking, but I was slightly nervous about doing the topic about AI, because there's a lot of hype around it, but I wanted to try and kind of bring it down to earth and saying, this is how it can work. And I know Francisco is equally as sort of passionate about making this technology work for us, seeing it as a tool rather than a destination. A real common theme that I heard it in the Twinings one as well, was the people, process, and technology.
Yes.
Rather than just technology.
In my not so humble opinion, that requires data as well. So I think there needs to be a fourth pillar. I know from way back when it's people, process, technology, but I think data is an extra pillar, because data also requires different skill sets, different kind of tooling, different kind of approaches.
A quote I heard was, Gen AI won't take your job, but somebody who knows how it works will.
Yes, I thought that was absolute best.
Did you hear that too, Elisabeth?
Yes.
I thought that was just magical, because it's spot on.
It's also interesting because, of course, in every session we do mention AI and ask what about AI. And I think the majority of organizations, and I don't know if that is a difference between larger enterprises and the mid-sized companies, but the majority of people that I've spoken to do not even use AI on a regular basis. Maybe for some personal stuff, maybe in a discovery phase, but it's not fully implemented, all singing, all dancing, taking people's jobs, because it's people are reluctant. So the buzz is out there, but now it needs to be used and utilized, and people are still in the discovery phases for it. So I thought that was interesting as well.
I thought actually one of the new sessions this year, the AI kind of tech off, what was it called in the morning?
Where Playoff with Christina,
Playoff,
the moderator of that, the host, and we had three solution providers.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was really interesting. Just showing different approaches to common problems.
When Sarah, she mentioned like the single version of truth, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case anymore. You can have multiple places where you store all your content and your different kind of content, and then bring that all together in terms of your communication. I thought that was inspiring as well, because we have been, wearing the T-shirt and the badges and everything for ages. Single source of truth. Source, no. Version, yes. So it's still, we need to have a single version of the truth, but not a single source of the truth. So that was interesting.
And that will be interesting to see how this evolution continues, actually.
Yes.
I think that will be one to watch. I mean, we always have a panel variation of a theme, but the panel looks at, what's next when your content is moving at such a pace, and where you put it is moving at such a pace, and everything is changing. We're all expecting things on our handhelds and all the rest of it. We want to shop shop, everything is in our fingertips now. So how, with everything galloping at such a pace, what's next? So the evolution of Dam, I think, is a really good one to watch. And we're certainly looking at Dam New York with a little bit more of that lens, actually.
One thing that I noticed at IPC, which is the International Broadcast Conference in Amsterdam last September, one theme that I think is probably going to creep into the DAM space is authentication of content. We're faced with so much content that's sort of artificially created. Can you trust it? Is it following the brand, or things like that? And there's been a couple of initiatives around authentication. There's a new standard called cross-platform authentication from the European Broadcast Union, to be able to kind of stamp content to saying this is something that the BBC, for example, created, and being able to kind of follow it all through the supply chain.
Like a kite mark, then it's a standard.
That's a great example. Yeah.
So when you're looking at that it's pucker. It's authenticated, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Very interesting.
There's I think Adobe is also working on a similar authentication kind of stamp that you put on it. And then in addition to that, European legislation is following. So from the European Union, they are considering making it mandatory to indicate the source, or at least make it mandatory to indicate that something is AI generated. I fully enjoyed the session that I had with Barbara from Orange, because she was also very much about brand management. So she's very much into governance and things like that. But also in terms of rolling out this platform, making sure that people are going to use it, make sure that they know that where they need to go, all ties back into that trust again. We are your single version of the truth. Doesn't need to be the single source, but I fully enjoyed that journey that they made. And also when she said it was kind of like they had never heard of them when they started. DAM was okay, could be useful. Okay. So I think that's also very interesting. If you look back 10 years, 15 years from where we were, how much it has evolved and how much it has become kind of like a household name. Everybody knows about DAM. Everybody knows what a digital asset is. So that's, as you're saying, Christine, fundamentals. Governance is one. Change management is another one. And then when it comes to AI, as you mentioned, Matt, you have creating your content, which you could do with AI, but you can also do your tagging, your organizing, your retrieving with AI. So it has different purposes. And I think we're at the point now when the majority of applications allow you to do some tagging and to increase the findability of your assets. That's just a foundation. But that all singing, all dancing, PIM 4.0, not there yet.
And you know what, Elisabeth, you've honed in on something very interesting there. The evolution of DAM in the last 10, 15 years, whatever timeline you want to put to it, the jobs are changing completely. It used to be an archivist, librarian, DAM manager stuck in the corner. Now you're looking at global DAM managers, global technology leaders, head of marketing, head of brand technology, head of marketing technology, head of content creation, head of personalization. And they all feed into that DAM. And that came up in the new session that we had of the careers, navigating the next stage of your DAM career. Not necessarily with AI in mind, but that's in the background. And that's so successful that we're going to do the same in New York. And it'll be a full room because people just want to find out what is happening and where it's going. What's next? It's all about what's next, isn't it? It's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in fact, it's funny, the titles of the speakers that are coming on board now are no longer the sort of generally the dam manager. It is somebody with a bigger remit to focus on that corporate brand look, and the dam is playing that vital role right from the word go on. And we've heard from Orange and from all of those end user case studies we had. It's the brand and dam leading the rhetoric.
Yeah, it used to be a back-end application hiding in a corner. Nobody wanted to touch it because it was horrendous. And it has become essential now in doing your operations and beyond operations, because you also need your dam in terms of customer experience and brand loyalty and things like that. It has become much more essential, and it has become much more strategic in the whole brand positioning. So that has changed a lot, definitely.
Yeah.
I think the common theme though is that there's a real passion around content, and another speaker that session I really enjoyed was the Science Museum, taking all of those beautiful photographs of those vehicles and the huge size of the vehicles, and the odd objects that they're capturing, and it was fascinating, the technical kind of, the operation behind how to light all of this. But I think this is what is so important about that kind of community. Things are changing, but everyone's still got this passion for content. I think when we start creating content for other systems, for other AI, I don't think that passion will be there. So long may we be creating content for people rather than other systems.
And in fact, just using the Science Museum group as the example there, which you rightly bring up, Matt, because that was a fabulous presentation, that double header between Mary and Adrian. That is a classic presentation, or content of rather, that so many other organisations could learn from. Whether you are a huge corporate, FTSE 100, down to a small organisation with your first dam, you can learn so much. And that goes back to the first point of our conversation at the beginning of this. Collaboration between everybody is just, I love it. It's a family, it's a group, it's a collective. Cooperating
I love
together.
The word collective.
Collective.
It's a collective. So Christine, full on to New York.
Yes, full on to New York. We're busy working on the agenda now. We hope to announce it in the next 2-3 weeks. So that's exciting.
Yes.
Lots of new faces, lots of new case studies, lots of new conversations. And there's quite a buzz, as you know, Elisabeth, because you've joined us for that event in the past.
I have, yes. So for me, no New York this year. But maybe LA, you never know.
You never know. And then
so Sydney is in between those.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Sydney's early November.
Oh yeah, but that's so far away.
It's a long way. But again, it's a community which is looking for help, if you like, or an opportunity to share best practice, which is exactly what we do with the events. So with that event, we double up. We have a stream for dam and we have a stream for creative operations as well. And the two run in tandem. The breaks are at the same time. So the two communities can sort of get together and chat in the exhibition area. So it's a great event. And this will be the second time we would have run it come November on Australian soil.
Thank you. Thanks, Christine, for coming back to talk to us.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's always nice to chat.